Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Nissa. I am your nationally recognized chiropractor and business coach. I help chiropractors and entrepreneurs launch their businesses by giving them the tools to be successful without making costly mistakes. It's about 7:26, a little bit past the time that I normally come on, but I was having the wonderful opportunity of speaking to some of my um, chiropractic sisters all over the world. Um, One is in New York, the other one is in Singapore, which is a whole day ahead of us. It's like 5:27 in the morning over there with them. So we have some wonderful things to come in the future from that wonderful collaboration. So I wanted to get on as promised and talk about a topic that we um, started last week. We were talking about these strategies, these three simple time management strategies that we're able to use to kind of get some of our time back and maximize our time while we're doing some things. So we talked about prioritize last week. This week we're going to talk about plan. Step 2 is to plan. So now that we have, prioritized, and we've made our to-do list and prioritized those, it is time now to start planning out how we're going to complete everything in the most efficient and effective way possible. So that is our goal tonight. All right. So let's see what we got. We have some people coming in. We just want to say thank you so much. If you're a part of what we're doing today, I need for you to say hello in the portal. I'm going to try to share this to some of my other places because I know that my Boss Up Hub would love to have some of this information tonight. So we want to make sure that they're getting some stuff. And if you are here, I want you to say, "Hey, Dr. Nisa, hi, I'm here." Let me know that you're out there so that I can say hello to you. If you're catching this on the replay, just put hashtag replay the comment section so that I can see that you are here and when you're coming in to kind of chat with me about what's going on. If you know someone that needs a little help with their time management and that could just really take advantage of these three strategies that we're talking about, go ahead and put their names in the comments so that they can be a part of the discussion. And if you have any questions for me, I am open to give you those answers. Oh, Joy, thanks so much for joining us tonight. So we're going to go ahead and delve into step number 2, which is to plan. We have to plan how we're going to use our time. We talked about last week how we have to prioritize our time. So planning is very, 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 very important. So our next thing is we have to think about time as this flexible resource that kind of expands or contracts, and we have to base it on the limits that we set. So what if your first task kind of eats up more of your time than you expected? So, to prevent this from happening, you can plan a box of time for each task. So, once you reach the end of that box, you have to really decide whether or not you're going to continue by expanding that time limit or put it off or finish it to the next day. So, for an example, you may decide that the most important thing today is to finish writing some copy for maybe a landing page that you have to do. So you set aside 2 hours to do it in the morning. And at the end of the 2 hours, you're not quite done. You've gotten stuck in the details of refining the wording, and it's going to take at least another hour to complete. You might look at the end of the time of your list and decide to make finishing your copy as the first priority tomorrow when your mind can kind of be focused and have more renewed energy. Then you can proceed with the next item on your list. The next thing we have to do is we have to find what our natural rhythms are. So each of us has times of day when we're most productive. You may also have a certain time when you're best at problem solving or communicating with others. So we want to try to schedule tasks during these optimal times of day. Maybe your most creative time of day is late morning. And if so, you want to schedule tasks like content creation, you know, maybe an hour or two before lunch. And if you're at your most social in the late afternoon, you want to set this time for writing important emails or holding meetings. So we want to plan for interruption. So no matter how well you plan, some things are likely to take a little longer than you thought. So there may be interruptions or problems that you hadn't anticipated that you have to deal with right away. So to allow for the unexpected, you have to pad your to-do list schedule with some extra time blocks. That's what we mean by let's plan for our interruptions. So we have our three areas where we overestimate, we buffer, or we plan to catch up. So even if things don't take longer than expecting, padding your schedule has its advantage. You'll be done with your work more quickly than you anticipated, which means you can finish your day sooner or get started on tomorrow's task. So, to plan for interruptions, we got to do these three things. We have to overestimate, we have to buffer, and we have to plan for catch up. So, let's look at overestimate. So, when we're setting time limits on the items on our list, we want to overestimate the time that it will take to complete them. So don't schedule a morning or afternoon too tightly, or you'll be under constant pressure and will inevitably start running behind. So, and if you're always running behind schedule, you're going to end up back on this kind of treadmill of always trying to catch up. So the next one is we're going to buffer. All right, we're going to add a buffer of time in our schedule between blocks of work. So for an example, if you're dividing up your time into 2-hour blocks, you may want to schedule in a 20 or 30-minute buffer with no specific tasks in between each 2-hour block. So the next one is we're going to plan for catch up. Another idea is to schedule specific quote unquote catch up time, such as just before lunch or at the end of the day. And if you don't need it, you can always use the time to take a break. Remember also that you can always put off an item until the next day if it's going unexpectedly longer and you need a fresh mind to tackle it. All right, so sometimes, guys, it's not efficient to work on each task every day. Instead, you may want to take certain items and kind of batch them by setting aside a longer block of time or even a full day to work on them. All right, so I am huge on automation, and one of the best automation tools that we can use is a system that allows us to use project management tools. So any system that you're using that's going to help manage your task that you have to do is fine as long as it's going to work best for you. But you may want to consider a few things when you're using a project management system to make keeping track of everything easier. So your project management tool should feature things such as interactive calendars, multiple projects, variety of methods, built-in tools, and shareability. All right, so we want to make sure we have all of that. So let's kind of look at these a little bit in depth. Let's look at interactive calendars. So you should be able to manage your schedule easily and customize what's included and how it's displays. Everybody kind of have the way that they want their calendar to look. They know how they want it to be integrated with the rest of their things that they have going on. So you're going to find the one that kind of looks the way that you're used to a calendar looking for you. Multiple projects. You want to when you have like several projects going on, whether they be short or long term, you need to be able to see where you are in at a glance in each one of your projects. A variety of methods. These A lot of these programs are going to have to-do lists as well as time management other methods to help you plan. So you want to make sure you have a variety of those tools within your project management tool that you're using. Built-in tools. These are going to have tools that's going to help you with tasks that might be your weak point, like planning a budget. The next one is going to be shareability. Since you're online, you'll be able to share it with your team members easily and access it anywhere there may be internet. All right. So there are a lot of free and premium programs out there. So for me, it's always best to try out a free program first. A simple free program may be all that you need to do what you're trying to do each day. But if you're considering paying for a premium project management program, don't buy the extras because you may not need them. Just take advantage of the free trial and make sure that it's right for you before you buy it. Okay. So these are some examples of some of the project management tools that are out there. I'm a big Asana fan. I use that for to keep my stuff together and where I can share it with my assistant and my other team members so that we can stay on track and on task for what we're trying to do, especially when it's time sensitive. So these are just a few. I'm not endorsing any of them. I'm just telling you which one that I like and which one I use, and ones that I think you should, just try and see what you like, So you want to make sure that you kind of take advantage of the free trial that they have out there. I always say, don't try not to get too complicated with your project management tool. Remember, the whole point is to make things easier for you. And so you want to be able to just try using the online calendar feature and just to see if you like that. If you're good with that, then go into some more of the other tools that are available. All right. So at the end of the day, you want to look at your list and get ready for tomorrow. If there are tasks you didn't get to today, put them on a list for tomorrow. There's nothing wrong with that. Ideally, you should plan out your entire week in advance to really maximize your time. And then at the end of each day, you're going to refine it to the next day's schedule to take into account any changes that are needed or unexpected that may come up. All right. So, about once a week or at whatever pace works for you, you want to do a review of your long term projects and check to see how you're doing. You want to look at the system that you implemented and you want to see whether it's working or not. These systems are highly personalized and made perfect through trial and error and constant revision. So if you have any questions, this is a great time to ask any of those questions at this time. If not, and you're catching this on the replay, you can always place your questions in the comment section. I am here for you. I'm here to help you and assist you as you are tackling this journey and this wonderful journey of entrepreneurship. But I always like to leave you with some action steps. I want you to take action. I want you to use this information that I'm giving you to help you in putting more coins into your pocket. All right, so these are our action steps. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to take our most important item from our to-do list and we're going to use that and we're going to find the one that's the most impactful, that is going to make us some money. That one thing on our to-do list that's going to generally and easily generate some income for us, we need to make that highest priority as we learned last week. But we're going to do them in order and we're going to now put that into some type of project management tool, or for those of you that like the good old pencil and paper, you can do that too, whatever works for you. Next, we're going to take each one of our tasks and we're going to choose a day and a productive time of day to tackle it. We're going to schedule it on our calendar. We're going to batch tasks where it makes sense to do so. And then we're going to make sure we have longer blocks of time to do those related tasks. And then number three, we're going to plan the rest of our week based on the concepts and tips that I've given you today. And you're going to do these reoccurring daily tasks as well. So for items that we may do in blocks, we want to make sure we set aside that time with a block of time on our calendar. So we want to remember to do a few things. We want to overestimate how long a task will take. We want to add buffer time between the blocks, and we want to include free or catch up time. So it has been wonderful having an opportunity to talk to you about some great things to be able to incorporate into your business as it relates to time management, because I tell you, that's one of those main subjects that I get a lot from folks that I coach or folks that are interested in being with me for coaching is how do you fit all of this in 24 hours. So I'm sharing with you right now some of my top strategies to make sure you're able to do everything that needs to be done in a busy entrepreneur's day. Again, I am Dr. Nissa. I'm a nationally recognized chiropractor as well as a business coach. I help entrepreneurs and especially chiropractors to be able to launch their businesses without making costly mistakes. So you're able to turn your dreams into dividends. If you want to link up with me, I have an opportunity for you to do so for free. I have a free strategy session that you're able to sign up for at bossupfast.com. Go ahead, get on my calendar. It's the time for me to hear from you and see how I can help you. That's at bossupfast.com. And if you want more information about me, you are able to go to drnisa.com and you can learn more about me. And if you want me to speak or be a part of any of your engagements, that's the way to catch me is through drnisa.com. It has been my pleasure. Check back here next Thursday, 7 o'clock, and I'm going to tell you strategy number 3. You don't want to miss that, right?